welcome to the second annual international conference called Solutions to a Crisis,
Supporting Students Saving Lives here in sunny San Diego.
The Center for Excellence in School Counseling and Leadership has partnered this year with the Harvey Milk Foundation. We're so excited to share with you an amazing and powerful program this year. It's filled with wonderful speakers, exhibitors, and sponsors, and we're doing this to support students and save lives. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the highlights from this year's conference.
Well, the role of a counselor in any particular school is very specific. They are often the first and sometimes the only place for a young person to turn. So making sure that counselors everywhere understand the leadership role that they can play and where they can turn for help and support is absolutely critical. And at GLSEN, we've been developing resources for years to try to support those brave individuals who are doing the work the best that they can.
I think what people are basically looking for is how they can step up and make a difference in their schools, in their communities, in their state. California is very lucky in that it actually has a very good law. What's missing is the implementation of the law at the grassroots level. Far too often when homophobic incidents occur, teachers don't intervene, students don't intervene, nobody intervenes. And what I hope people will walk away from this weekend with is some actual ideas about what they can do, things they can say when they hear homophobic thoughts, and programs they can implement in their schools. It's all well and good to have a law on the books, but in the end, it's how you implement the law that matters.
I think it's really important that we work together to make sure that counselors have the skills that they need to support students that are struggling or questioning or having challenges. The bottom line is that we have to make sure that schools are safe for all children.
It's an important conference for everybody. School bullying of anybody is intolerable, and it really affects our students, but especially when it affects a certain group like the gay-lesbian community. And it's my honor to welcome the group today as they work on solutions to that so all students have a great chance to succeed.
Well, I think this is the place where we can make the most change. These are the folks that will be in attendance today are the ones who are in the trenches with the kids every day. And I think educators, counselors, people who spend their time trying to foster and encourage young people's minds, hearts, and spirits are the most amazing people.
I'm here because the work that's being done by the center is extraordinary, necessary, and very important and timely. Trish Hatch and Vinny have grown the conference so much just from last year to this year. And last year they were surprised by the turnout, and now it's over 300 people.
So I hope that this presentation has helped you to think about ways that you can increase your knowledge and understanding of LGBT youth of color, the complexities of managing these cultural identities, and how you as school counselors or educators may be able to go and have different types of conversations in order to engage LGBTQ youth of color, in order to offer them support, to empower them, and also to advocate for them.
I'm getting emails from Sri Lanka. I'm getting emails from Russia. We're getting emails from all over Europe, as far away as Africa, about principally from young people having watched this film and what they've experienced as a result of seeing Prayers for Bobby. Some of them are so cathartic, some of them are so unbelievably moving, inspiring, and some of them are absolutely horrific to read.
And so one of the most important things that comes out of our work is an understanding that we can help families take those journeys. And you, as counselors, as educators, I hope you were thinking when you saw that film, where was the teacher? Where was the school counselor? Where were the key people? Where was the pediatrician when he did an evaluation for that child for depression and never asked about sexual orientation or what other, underlying issues might be going on?
Our counselors and educators, they're on, the forefront of being in school, and they have the power to make the difference in a child's life. And it's really crucial now because we have children, such as my son Carl, that, have not been in a safe environment in their schools. So to have a counselor, to have someone in the school, a personnel that would be there for children, when they're in their time of need is critical.
The conference has been wonderful. We presented a session on the rights of LGBT students, and it was well attended by students and counselors, and it was an amazing opportunity to get to share that information.
And it's now a much broader program that looks at family diversity, gender stereotyping, and bullying in an LGBT inclusive way. And so the resources here are all very directly linked to the work of Wilkins.
And then also this morning we presented a workshop. We showed the film Bullied, which it was put out by the Southern Poverty Law Center, but it was about one of our impact litigation cases. We represented a student by the name of Jamie Nabosny, who was violently harassed in his school, and it was the first case of its kind in which it was the first ever federal case that recognized that LGBT students should be protected in their schools.
Well, schools are a critical area, and along with families, they're the primary place to socialize and nurture children. And so making sure that families are involved and engaged in advocating for their children in schools, and part of our work is to teach parents and caregivers how to advocate for their children and how to support their gay and transgender children.
Oh, this conference is really important. We need to be able to teach all educators, including school counselors, teachers, administrators, strategies on how to support our students that are gay, lesbian, or bisexual.
Cindy, for about 25 years, even before she became famous, has been a strong advocate for LGBT equality. It's at the core of who she is as a human being. So about 3 years ago, she started her own foundation to take that commitment to the next level, and that's the True Colors Fund. And so tonight we're being honored for our Give a Damn campaign, which is all about encouraging straight people to get involved in supporting LGBT equality. So we're working our hardest to get people to give a damn.
Oh, well, I was here last year, and again, I think it's a fabulous conference. The workshops extremely informative, the ones I've been able to attend, and it's just very rewarding to be here, see all these educators, social workers, guidance counselors come together to talk about supporting students and saving lives.
Providing training that many of our school counselors in our public school settings need, information that they need on how best to be more effective as school counselors or as teachers in dealing with issues related to LGBT youth in our classrooms in our schools today. It's a much needed resource that unfortunately can't be replicated all over the state, and it should be. But this is a good time for people to get together and learn something.
And in San Diego, we have a safe school task force going on, and I really wish every single member of that task force had been here, because in San Diego we have the opportunity to be the vanguard in terms of developing a safe school policy, procedure, and curriculum.
So after the Briggs Initiative was defeated and Harvey really glowed in that victory, he wrote a letter saying that this was going to be not his last victory, but his last letter. He said, he wrote two letters to the family. The last letter was that this will be my last letter to my two nephews, because I know that through my example, through my success, through our success, through the paths that I have chosen to take, that I have put myself on a road that has been met with such fierce fear and such fierce hatred that they will not let me live. Every single child that's out there who's feeling alone has someone at the U.S. Department of Education in leadership that is fighting every day for them. So it's really my great honor and privilege to welcome Kevin Jones.
It fits into the largest goal the president has given us, which is to make sure that America is once again the #1 country in the world at the percentage of young people going to and graduating from college. The Secretary sent out guidance to every state superintendent, every local superintendent, every local school board back in December, with best practices in anti-bullying laws and policies, in which for the first time the federal government said it should be in every law and policy in the country that you have enumerated sexual orientation and gender identity as protected classes in your bullying code.
I'm sorry, I am not Cyndi Lauper. to all of us at the True Colors Fund. So thank you so much for the work that you do every single day and for being here this weekend to show your commitment and dedication to these young people. It's incredible. So thank you very much.
Lisa placed a Safe Space and Trevor Project poster in her office. She also wore a rainbow pin on her shirt every day so that students could quickly identify her as an ally.
I'm not one to rock the boat a whole lot, but they were messing with my kids.
Today we have a student population that has a white minority, a student population that speaks more than 50 languages, a student population that is a Hispanic majority, and a student population that has LGBT students who are both proud and open and some who are fearful and secretive. With this backdrop in mind, last summer, we embarked on a mission to expand the cultural awareness and sensitivity of our staff. I mobilized a very important part of our district, our Race and Human Relations Department, to begin that instructional process, starting with a re-understanding of our senior leadership team. The Race and Human Relations Cadre is a skilled group of counselors and facilitators who focus on promoting a greater understanding and acceptance of diverse groups within the school district.
California Association of School Counselors recognizes is the key piece of prevention is school climate and connectedness. We know that with school climate, if students are feeling safe, they're feeling connected, we know that violence will be decreased. We know that hate crimes will be decreased. And who else is better suited to be a measurer, a creator of a positive school climate besides school counselors?
Truly, it's an honor and a pleasure for me to be here this afternoon, both as an educator and as the first openly gay president for the California Teachers Association. This morning I was in Portland, Oregon, attending another national conference for the NEA with 9 other states, and I had committed myself to good friend Vinny and Trish, telling them that I wanted to be a part of this, to see what it is that you all are doing here, and I'm very, very, very impressed with this conference and the learning and trainings that you're receiving.
We need more resources for diversity training for our employers, for our educators. I commend CESCal for this conference. This is the second year. I was fortunate to be here last year. You guys are doing a great job. The resources that you have, just looking at your programs and presentations, they are wonderful. But we need to get those out to other people, to give training, diversity training in our places of work and in our schools for adults that often discriminate against LGBTQI people.
We hope that you've enjoyed watching our video today with the highlights from supporting students saving lives. We look forward to seeing you next year at our conference.